Everything we do, every action we take follows a process. Most of the time, it's a subconscious process. Take walking down the stairs as an example. You have a starting point, an ending point, and literal steps you need to take to get from point A to point B. You can always automate this, of course, by taking an elevator. Now, there's other more complex types of processes, let's say baking a cake, that can be simplified by using ready-made cake mixes out of a box, right? I'm sure you're all familiar with that. Well, in today's video, we're going to take a look at some of our make.com scenarios, which we tend to usually build from scratch, and we're going to look at the make.com templates that can help simplify the overall process without compromising on the results. The best part is you can tweak these templates to make them your own. So if you're looking for a way that you can simplify your make.com scenarios, then grab your coffee or your drink of choice and meet me at the computer. Okay, so here we are at the computer and we're just in make.com. Now, normally we would create a new scenario, but we're going to just go into templates. And here you see, look, you can search templates by different modules. You can search by typing in, let's see, mail. What do we have here? Look at all of the different mail ones. What have we typed in? ChatGPT. There's only one, so which is good, thank goodness. But there are so many different scenarios. And if you hover over these, like templates, then you can see kind of what the workflow looks like. A lot of times it's only two things. I don't know how relevant that would be. You know, it might be just as easy to do these on your own. But look at this. Creating the different types of posts, etc. Canva designs, which that's something we've already built. Weather. Interesting if you wanted to track some weather patterns, that sort of thing. Phantom Buster. I don't know what that is. I think I might need to look into this one. I have no idea what that is. So I'm going to skip it. Transcribe audio files from Google Drive using, you know what? Let's try this one because I think this one is something that we could all use. So when you open up a template, then you can see what the workflow is. On the left here, there's a bit of a description. Even shows the modules that we're using. You can create the new scenario from a template, or you can start the guided setup. So we're going to do the guided setup. And one thing I found with templates in here is that you actually have to make your actual connections or reconnect some of your modules. So we'll go through that here as well, just to make sure. So I'm going to add a connection, although I do have connection. And then just sign in with Google for most of these, because most of these are going to be Google modules. So here we go. You just sign in, select the account you want to connect with, click allow. It's all of the regular authentication that you would have had anyway with your Google accounts. Now, I do not have a folder, so I'm going to have to add a folder. So let's go over here to my Google Drive. And then in Google Drive, I'm just upper left hand, add new folder. And I'm going to call this maybe like test for make template, and create this is going to be good enough. So at least I know what this is about, and I can add this now into my scenario, because this is where I'll put, if this is an audio file, I'll probably put an audio file in here at some point too, because it's going to do this. Okay, let's see. So I'm just going to refresh because I've added a new folder, and I can click here and test for make. There we go. And going to click continue. And then from now on, save. Okay, wait a second now. This first one. It's not turning. Why? I don't know why sometimes this happens. This happens to you. There it is again. Continue. From now on, save. Okay, let's do the same with this second Google Drive. This is download file. So the first one is watch a file folder. I wouldn't have selected that one, which is interesting because these templates are kind of cool. That maybe modules you wouldn't look. It's there. It just didn't get the green check mark. So you get these green check marks. It's just cool to see. OpenAI, I'm going to add my connection here. Now we've gone through this in a previous video, but let's walk through it again. You're going to need your API key. In order to get that, then we come over here to platform.openai.com. You go to your dashboard right there, and then API keys is on the left-hand panel. And then you just click the button to create an API key. I'm going to name mine just so that it's easy to identify. So this is going to be make template, maybe the audio to email. And then all you have to do is just click create a secret key. I don't stumble over my words more. And then you copy that. I would recommend saving that to some sort of a text file of some sort. But then you can just paste it right here. And you don't need to worry about organization ID, but this is it. And then you can just kind of save. I'm not really sure, because I didn't build this, of course, I'm not really sure what this module is about, but there we go. Now it's connected. Now, as far as, I'm guessing if there's a prompt for an email, let's type in, you are a hopeful GPT. Please take the audio transcription of a meeting and generate an email based on this transcription. The email will be to my client. The tone should be professional, yet warm, say. Be sure to only include items found in the transcript. The email should contain generic opening, listing, items completed and agreed on, and a section for next steps and a closing. In the closing, please be sure to include something about looking forward to hearing from them and our next meeting. So this is just kind of a quick, brief prompt. Continue, and you can work on this. This is just kind of for testing purposes. So I'm assuming that's going to be going to the email. So the Google Drive, so what we're going to do, right, that audio file is going to turn into a text. So we want this in a Google Doc. Again, we just want to add our connection by authenticating through Google, as we have with their previous modules. Again, Podorable finds. So that this, there we go. Now this Google Doc, we're going to put it in, the new document location is going to be in that same file that we just created, right? So this test for make template, continue, perfect. Google connection, may as well do it again. It's just this OAuth. And here we go. And we can just click sign in with Google. And we're just going to say continue. And we're going to allow, as we have before, right? Because we definitely want these to be connected. Continue. And then with our mail, this is going to be, I have it hooked up with Gmail. So Google restricted is what it is. I hope that doesn't cut off. So again, we're just choosing, I'm choosing my Podorable Finds email account or Gmail, and allow. So it is at Podorable Finds, but I have it hooked up through Gmail as the thing. Email address, I'm going to send this to myself. Another email address I have, Nicole, not dot, at tailormadeai.com. Now you can add several email addresses. I'm not gonna, but you can if you wish. And then the subject, you can change this as well. So I'll just say next steps. Fine. This is really just for testing anyway. And then the content, would it be from, no, that is actually going to be the transcription, isn't it? So no, we're not going to use that. I think it's going to come from the OpenAI, what we just did, that text output. So back up, text, there we go. Perfect. Continue. Okay, so now we have Cloud Convert. I actually don't have a Cloud Convert account, so let's set one up together. So Cloud Convert is just a tool. I've heard of it before. They'll take like audio files to text or whatever. They convert all kinds of different things. You can sign up for free using Facebook, Google, Twitter, or just with your email. I'm going to use Google again. Why not? Same kind of authentication. I'm going to use my Podorable Finds, click continue. And then you want to make sure that they have access to your Google Doc. And then here we go, create a connection. Now you can use the OAuth or an API key. OAuth is just fine for what we're doing, unless you're going to be doing loads and loads of conversions. You might want to use the API key, but the OAuth is going to be just fine. At least for the purposes here, right? In my experience with a lot of these things. Now I'm going to change the connection name. Podorable. Boom. Click save. And there we go. And we want to authorize. This is kind of cool. To making it. And so it's going to be the Google Doc. So that's what we're going to, or the Google Drive file. And then we're going to do our OpenAI again. I guess this is the DALL-E Whisper. We're going to copy our API key back over, save, and continue. So the only thing that's missing, that's from the Cloud Convert. The only thing that's missing, okay, we can run this. It is an audio file. So I'm going to take off right now. I'm going to record something quickly so we can have it in our Google Drive. So just hang tight. If you're finding this video helpful so far, it would really help my channel if you hit that subscribe button. Don't forget the bell icon so you don't miss future videos. Now back to our video. Okay, so here we are. I'm back. I've recorded something and I put it in here. So here's the recording. Hi, Sam. Thanks for taking the time to meet with me today. How's everything going on your end?
Hey, Nicole. Things are good. Busy as always, but we're keeping up.
Okay, so I recorded both sides as if it was a meeting. I got ChatGPT to come up with a script. Anyway, it's in there now. We've got an audio files that we can run through our scenario. So now we just click run scenario. Let's see what happens. Because I've never played with this before. The nice thing is you can run through it once. I've never seen this before, how it splits without a router. It's really quite interesting. And then this resume. So I'm quite interested to see how this all works out. But anyway, now we can see this bundle. We've got what's come out of that. But what's interesting, I want to see how this resume works, because honestly, I've never seen this in make.com. And that's kind of the cool thing about using templates. Woo, it just boomeranged back. GPT, okay, I can see what the... Holy cow, it's going through the email already. Boom. That was pretty quick. The Cloud Convert took a minute, but that's okay. So you can look at all of your output here. I'm going to go take a look at my email and what I might have received. Okay. Hi, Sam. Thanks for taking it. See, now that was just the actual transcript that was in the email. So I feel like this is part of this is Whisper and this is Whisper. So I'm going to just take a second now and I'm going to maybe run away and try to reconfigure this to make it the way that I want it. Okay. All right. So here we are. And I've just kind of moved some things around. I've taken out these three modules. In fact, this watch for, I've put in my own search for files folders. So I just kind of tweaked it around a little bit because I wanted to see if I could make it my own. And I did. It's given me really good inspiration though. So what I started with is searching for files folders. I prefer this one. I find it's a lot more reliable. So for Google Drive, and then from there I can download the file. Right? It's the same module. And I just get the file ID from there. It's the same, that's the same module. The Cloud Convert is the same as well. I just moved that over. So I'm going to convert that into something that Whisper can deal with, right? So, or ChatGPT. So it's going to take the Cloud Convert file, right? And it's going to, there we go. And then it's going to turn that into a text file, into a Google Doc, but it can't do that from audio. We need to convert it to do the Cloud Convert. So from there, we're going to download that document. And now what I've done is a different ChatGPT module. This one is create a chat completion. So in here, if this will open up, there we go. I've basically used that same prompt that I had before, but what I did is I linked in this file, the Google Doc, the download a file, to say, okay, take a look at that and then create an email. And again, I've got this email in here. I'm not going to use that. I did that for testing. So there we go. So I'm just going to have this. I'm going to send the mail. 2 Pudorable finds. I'm going to add, and that the content is going to be the results from the previous ChatGPT module. And I'm going to have Google Docs as the attachment if I wanted to do that, or I could make that even prettier again. So let's just test this bad boy out and see if we get a different result. If nothing else, it's given me the inspiration that I could take a transcript from a meeting, a video meeting, say, and then follow up with a client with exact notes from exactly what was said in the meeting. So you could do that with a client, with a lecture, with whatever, and you would have everything all together exactly as it was said. I think that's pretty darn cool myself. So, now OpenAI Whisper, this is taking a second. Oh, a second. That was really quick. So we're creating our document, downloaded the document. ChatGPT is creating our email, and boom, the email is being sent. I think that might be cutting off on your screen, but we can see there it's the scenario has finished. Now let's go back and we'll take a look. Look at this. Now, I don't really like the outline of this. I would probably want to have this, because this is in markup format, but you can see this is not the actual Google Doc. This is an actual email, like, thank you for taking the time to meet with me today. I really appreciate your insights. And it's better than this one where it's the actual transcript from the meeting, right? So I may want to take this and, convert it again from markdown format to an actual email format, which is easy enough to do, but some additional tweaking and boom, you've got exactly what you need. And this was all inspired from a template. So there you have it. Make.com has literally hundreds of templates that you can choose from. And even if you have to tweak it a little bit to make it your own, at least you're starting with something and you're not starting completely from scratch. If nothing else, it can provide you a little bit of inspiration of maybe a scenario you hadn't even considered to automate yet. I truly hope that you found this helpful. And if you did, it would really help my channel a lot if you hit that subscribe button. And don't forget the little bell icon so you don't miss future videos. And if there's something else that you would like to see me automate, then please do leave a comment below and I'd be happy to build something together. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, happy automating.